Now call upon final speaker, District Councillor objecting, Cllr Will Roberts. You have 5 minutes from when you start.
Thank you, Chair and members. I'm here today speaking in the capacity as a District Councillor for the area and on behalf of my fellow District Councillors, Councillor Luckhurst and Ranga, and all the residents who have contacted us about this application. Whilst not opposed to the 200 homes, there are many issues with this application, two of these being traffic and the single access route proposed, which have caused the most concern. Highways have stated that extra traffic will have a significant impact on the highway network in South Leamington, yet has only asked the site access to be completed before first occupation. Surely other schemes to mitigate the impact of congestion should also be completed before any occupation, including active travel schemes. It would seem mad to push more cars onto an already congested network and then build the infrastructure after. The issue of the single access route gravely concerns me. Whilst pushing cars from 200 homes down a route that is already congested and suffers problems, it is the construction traffic for years to come that will have a huge impact on the health and safety and the local amenity. There is history here, and when I hear "I'm scared, I can't do this again, and it was hell will hell," I do not take these comments lightly. The development is basically an add-on to what is already a large cul-de-sac, and will make it a mega cul-de-sac built in a piecemeal manner by AC Lloyd. The last phase, only completed a few years ago, caused problems for residents around St Freeman's Way, and they are now facing down the barrel of a gun again with this proposed access route. Pushing years of construction traffic down residential roads not fit for it will absolutely have an impact on the quality of life for all residents. Whilst highways have made no objection to the single access route, they failed to consider the impact on the amenity the construction traffic would have, including we've got noise, vibration, dust and air pollution. In a time when air quality is such a priority, how can we justify putting so many large lorries next to so many family homes? The Health and Safety Executive website states construction dust is not just a nuisance, it's a real risk to lungs. Noise pollution is also a major issue. In the first Environmental Health Officer report, May 2020, the officer stated environmental health received reports from existing residents that vehicle noise from Chesterton Gardens has already resulted in harm to their amenity. This has resulted in irreversible harm that cannot be addressed through the current environmental legislation. If granted, the proposed development would be adding to the existing harm. On that basis, Environmental Health objects. Irreversible harm and adding to existing harm, powerful words. So I was surprised the same officer didn't object in his report in Jan 2021. But the report did say this is not an ideal situation. It has also highlighted properties of Brimstone End will experience the largest increase in traffic noise, where sound levels will sit between the lowest and the significant observed adverse levels. These are the levels where exposure above them will have adverse effects or significant adverse effects on the health and quality of life, according to government guidance. So the noise will have an adverse impact on the mental health and well-being of residents. Yet the suggestions for mitigating this seem to be a speed limit on Brimstone End of 10 miles an hour, closing windows, and a traffic calming scheme that only covers half the route. This is nothing short of insulting to local residents. I also question the noise impact along the rest of the route. Interestingly, the noise survey has not been placed on the planning portal. Surely the survey like this should be available for all to see and scrutinise. Let's not forget, originally AC Lloyd only did a noise survey away from residential areas. And the most shameful thing about this application is the lack of conversation around the second access route. In fact, the planning inspector from the phase just completed said, should the land south be developed, e.g. this proposed development, it would not be dependent on access via the site appeal, i.e. Chesterton Gardens, which this application is asking for. AC Lloyd have looked at several other access points and they know they can't build beyond this proposed site without a second access. And a planning inspector has made it clear that further access to the south should not be dependent on going through Chesterton Gardens. There's only one route in and out of this cul-de-sac, a route driven, cycled and walked by residents. The current application will turn that route into an extension of the construction site and turn people away from walking and cycling. With harm from construction traffic, this single access road proposed violates BE3, TR1 and TR2 of the local plan and is a material reason for refusing this application. It should not be allowed to go ahead until a second access route is built and can be used as a haul road. I hope members don't side with the large housing developer over the health and well-being of Warwick District residents. Please reject this application as it stands. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor.